All right, good evening to everyone. I'm super excited to be here again tonight. And I want to ask you, how is your day going? Today is Sunday, and it's expected every one of us will go to church to go serve the living God. I hope you today. Welcome again to the Diane Davis Leadership Network. We were here yesterday, I and my some guests had a brief session yesterday, the session issues. And tonight we are here again too. All right. But before I review my face to you guys, I want you to do me a favor by sharing the link with somebody you know, with a friend, um, whoever you want to whoever you want to come learn on the platform tonight. All right. Please share the link. If you are a returning subscriber on YouTube, right, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get updates, right? You can get latest videos and content, right? Whenever we drop them on YouTube. And click on the notification bell so you won't miss out on anything. All right. And if this is your first time streaming me live on Facebook, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to the Diane David's Leadership Network. All right. So tonight we are not going to be wasting much of your time. We're just going to dive in into what we have tonight. All right, we're just going to dive into what we have tonight. Like yesterday, I said a couple of things, and if you haven't seen the video, please, I would encourage you to go back and visit my YouTube platform and my Facebook platform to consume those content for yourself. It's really going to be of help to you, right? There are some things I shared about how to know you are doing the right things, how to know you are doing the right things. And there was one important point I made yesterday, which is you need to be sure that the vision that you have in mind, the ideas and the agenda for 2025 has to work in alignment with your God kind of faith, right? If you operate with the right kind of faith, right, you will have the right kind of confidence. A lot of people are bold for the wrong reasons, and you don't want to be bold for the wrong reasons. You don't want to have faith for the wrong reasons. So you have the right kind of faith if you are operating with the right set of vision. All right. And yesterday, my amazing guest, the person I brought on here to come share to come share a wealth of knowledge with us, shared a lot of things, and we're just going to be doing a little bit of recap on what she said yesterday before we go ahead with the question and answer session tonight. So tonight we are not really saying much. We just want to, I just want to ask a few questions, all right, and yeah, from there we call it a night, all right. But let's do a brief recap. My guest is here with me tonight again. My amazing and wonderful sister, Sister Chinel. All right, Sister Chinel. That's an amazing name. I call the name at times. It's giving me this American kind of something. Yeah, Chinel. Ah, come on. All right. So tonight, don't forget, please share the link with somebody. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If this is your first time streaming live on Facebook, please, I beg your pardon. Share the link with somebody. All right, share the link with somebody. So, Chi, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. We were here yesterday, and you made mention of some things I really want to do a brief recap on, and people need to be aware of this as well. You know, one of the things she shared yesterday, which really stood out for me, was when she said, "Work on yourself." Right? She had an awesome discussion last night. She said, "Work on yourself." You can't want to grow as a person. You can't want to without working on self. So working on yourself is one of the top should be on your top list. All right, working on yourself for 2025 should be on the top list. The second thing that stood out for me is when not the talking type, then you need to start talking. There's no other ways a coach like us can teach you more than that. If you are not a talking type, you need to start talking. I mean, I wasn't like this when I started. I was once a shy person. I never wanted to show myself my face on camera, do anything that has to do with talking to people, right? One of the best way for you to start or to kickstart your self-confidence is to start talking. It is not just talking by talking and talking. You have to say what is meaningful. Just boost your self confidence by showing up and saying something. Maybe, for instance, you're in the midst of guys and they're asking you guys questions. All right. Learn if you know the answer to that question. Learn to get up and give an answer to the question. Just make sure you start working on yourself in those areas. The number three thing that stood out for me was when she made mention of self affirmation. And one of the things that self affirmation does to you is it stirs up your self confidence. Self affirmation stirs up your self confidence. You know, this is also one of the things that worked out for me in my career, in my line of field. You know, self affirmation is very important. That idea of you telling yourself you can do it, you are capable. You don't know what you are saying to yourself. You don't know this the seed you are sowing into your life just by saying I can do it, I'm capable, right? I'm fit for it. I'm not going back. I'm going forward. I'm moving forward. Self affirmation boosts your self, it boosts your self confidence. It stirs up your self confidence. The next point that stood out for me yesterday during our session was when she said, "You can be a leader anywhere. You can be a leader anywhere," and which is the truth. You can be a leader anywhere. Every one of us have been called to lead in one aspect or in one aspect or the other. Every one of us have been called by God to raise a mantle, to hold on to a mantle. So your vision is that thing that would really push you out there. You know, I tell people this all the time. You know, there's a reason why the Bible says, "He seest thou a man who is diligent in his business. He won't stand before mere men, but before kings." There's a reason why the Bible had to write it like that. "Seest thou a man who is diligent in his business?" See, one of the things that brings you to the limelight, it is not really an idea. You know, a lot of people have ideas that have died with them. A lot of people have visions that have died with them. A lot of people have certain things they want to do that have died with them. One of the things that takes you out there is your vision. One of the things that gives you the platform of expression is your vision. As long as you're operating with the right set of vision, you will definitely be a person of motivation to people. So when people are looking for when people are saying, "Oh, that's my mentor," The reason why they are claiming you are their mentor is because they are feeding from you. They are feeding from your wealth of knowledge. They are feeding from your wealth of understanding. They are feeding from your wealth of wisdom. So let people see you and see the light of God through you. Let people see you and see the shining light of God through the works that you do. All right, you can be a leader anywhere. Any little duty, any little task you are being given, just make sure you operate with your maximum best. Make sure you put all your work, put all your might into whatever position you are being given to handle. And this is actually what makes you a leader. This is what makes you a leader. Even if you're not appointed to do anything anywhere, your vision alone, that thing you are committed to, already automatically creates that sense of leadership within you. You realize that you begin to act with the instinct of a leader. You begin to act with the sight, with the vision of a leader. You begin to think like a leader. Your projection gets clearer. Your projection about life gets clearer. So this is one of the things you have to pay attention to. Work on yourself. If you are not the talking type, then start talking. The next one is self affirmation. Keep reaffirming those words to yourself. Keep reaffirming those words to yourself. Yesterday, I said something really important. I said, if people are coming to you telling you it is not possible, that's their own language. That's what they believe, right? It is not possible. You can't do this. You can't be that. You can't amount to nothing in life. If you are hearing all these kind of languages from people, the question I asked last night is, what kind of language are you saying to yourself? Are you telling yourself you can do more, you can be the person God has called you to be, or you are just there depending on what people are saying to you? And I said something very vital yesterday, that it is not every offer you accept. It is not every people's observations you accept. It is not everybody's opinion you accept, right? You have to learn what it means to stand alone. You have to learn what it means to be the orator of your vision, be the orator of your calling, be the orator of that idea God has dropped within you, because people will always come and want to discourage you. But what do you do in times when people are discouraging you? How do you operate in times of discouragement, or when the time is tough, right? How do you operate? So as a person, you must learn what it means to work on yourself, begin to reaffirm God's words in life. The last one is, you can be, nobody should tell you cannot be a leader. As a matter of fact, I said, even if people are not appointing you to positions, but you see that your vision God has given you, that idea is enough for you to be a masterpiece, right? Is enough for you to give audacity, to give authority. It's enough for you to showcase your power on earth, all right? So men of vision are powerful people. Men of vision are powerful people. Says them a man who is diligent in his business. We will stand before mere men, but we stand before kings, right? People want to see your glory shine. People want to see you becoming the person you always want to be. All right. So that's the few recap I have in mind that I just want to share, because these were actually the point that stood out for me yesterday. So tonight we are going to be focusing on questions and answers, and I'm going to be asking my amazing guest here tonight a few questions. These are questions related to what she's doing, her personal life. It is not really a tough kind of thing, right? It's more of what you guys can benefit from the answers she's going to be applying to these questions I'll be asking her tonight. All right. The level she is at the moment, what she's doing at the moment, how can you as a person, find encouragement, find motivation, find inspiration as to where you are heading in life. All right. So, Janelle, are you ready?
Oh
All right.
yeah.
So, okay. Before I ask the question, yeah, just tell me a few things you experienced during the session yesterday. How was it for you? How did you feel about yesterday's session as the major speaker?
Okay. Yesterday I would say it was actually nice. It was awesome. It was a great moment, you know. And from the things you also said, I learned a lot. You understand? Like I used to say, each time I'm sharing something, I would say when I'm sharing something, I'm also learning from that thing I'm sharing, because sometimes you might program yourself that okay, I just want to say these few things, but you don't know where words will start flying in. things you didn't plan to say, you find yourself saying them. So in that process, I start also learning from the very thing that I am saying at that very point. So I learned from the things you said, and I also learned from the things I, because there are some certain things I said yesterday that wasn't even part of what I wanted to say. It just came. It's more like inspiration. It came and I had to. So I equally learned, like when I paused, I was like, wow, I said all this. Do you get? So I also had to learn. So the process is a learning process. And I must say it was amazing. Trust me, it was
Awesome.
amazing. Thank you for putting
That
details in.
was powerful. That was powerful. That's one of the things. That's one of the benefits of being a person of impact. There are times as well. I've got to realize this about me for a long period of time. That any
Okay, I think we lost David there. I don't know. Network has been funny these days. I don't know what's going on.
okay, okay. Sorry, my network took me
Yeah,
out.
I thought
Yeah.
as much.
All right. So sorry. Yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. So as I was saying, one of the things that helped me to flow to my maximum best is when I don't really focus while I'm teaching. But one of the things I ensure I do is I prepare ahead of time. I prepare ahead of time. So let's move into the Q&A session, the question and answer question. My first question for you is, what are your expectations for next year? What are your socialites as a public figure, you know, based on your line of what are your expectations for next year? Something you're expecting next year. You don't have to tell us everything, just to and give us reason why expectation that expectation for you. Yeah,
Okay. Expectations as to things I'm planning for next year.
absolutely.
Okay. Of course there are so many expectations, yes. Um one of which is by God's grace. Yes, everything is in the hands of the Lord. So one of the major
Sure.
things I'm actually expecting next year is a book. A book, yes. I'm planning and expecting that by next year, before next year runs out, in fact, before next year gets to quarter, or should I say half, my book should be ready. God's grace. Yes. It's one
Wow.
of the
I
things
can't
I
wait. I can't wait.
actually, really, really want to. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have my reason for saying I cannot wait because it's amazing when it's amazing when you are not just trying to dish, the best way to dish out your knowledge is to write it down, to pen it down. So it can, so people who don't have you one on one can as well be reading your ideas wherever they are. And this was one of the decisions I took earlier this year, where I told myself at least I'm going to produce up to two to this year, which I did actually. And next I have other targets. There are other things I have in mind I would also want to accomplish for next year. So that's a good experience. And keep being or keep being you and try. Question is what inspired you to pursue your current path career? Inspired you to be this kind of you are today? What inspired you to want to be the person of motivation, person of inspiration? You just what inspired you? What stir up the belief within you, right? Something like that. I don't know. Question.
Yes, I get the question.
What inspired you to pursue your current path or career? Yeah.
Okay. At first, it was just I was just this girl that loves story. I just love stories. I want to write storybook novels. I just want to tell stories and all of that. But at some point, I don't know, should I say I started feeling like I'm not fit in, like I'm not um I wasn't good enough, I wasn't qualified, like I don't think I can do it. So those fears started coming in and all of that, and they started weighing me down. So as time goes by and as growth comes in, with the help of some books that I've read, I got to understand that no, I can actually, do better. So aside the storytelling line and all of that, I had to, think about it like if this thing is happening to me, if I could go through this whole process, this whole fear, anxiety, and all of that, if I can go through, that means there are other people going through stuff like that as well. There are other talented young people that would want to do something nice for themselves, but fear of them not being fit in, of them not being good enough, could be holding them back. So that's where I picked it up. Okay, since I've read books, and this book is actually helping me to come out of this fear of like being rejected, like, fear of rejection actually. Because I told you yesterday, most times I write and somehow I just feel I can't post this. If I post this, oh, they say, is my English good enough? Is the write up good enough? I'll just discard it that way. So with the help of, but I got to understand, okay, it's not just me. I'm sure there's someone somewhere who might also be feeling this way. You understand? So I had to start by first working on my confidence level, practicing affirmation. In fact, affirmations
Yeah.
helped me a whole lot to understand that yes, you shouldn't be here, you should be here, you are this and you are not this. So
Mhm.
that's how I started. Aside the story aspect that everybody knows, okay, yes, if you go to my page, you could see numerous stories and all of that. So the other things I do is to also encourage people. There's need to love yourself. There's need to understand that you are special, you are unique. That thing you're doing that you think people are going to castigate you for, or people are going to bring you there, there are also people that need it. And what also helped me was few persons that encouraged me when I put up those write-ups, and they chat me private like, wow, what you did is nice. Well, your write-up is good. Keep it up. I was like, what? Are you serious? So people could like this. So I had to come up with this idea. Yeah. If you're feeling this way, if you're going through this, just know that it's not the end of time. You're special, you're unique, you can do better. There are people that needs that talent of yours. There are people that needs what you have. Do you understand? So that's what inspired me to. I understood my own should I call it downfall aspect, I understood it, and I had to come up. I had to bring myself out. Just as I say yesterday, I say when you know yourself, when you know where you're coming from, when you know your limitations, you have to work towards it. So understanding those limitations made me to work on myself and also know that yes, it's not just me that is going through this. There are people also that are going through, and such people have reached out to me like, wow, what you said today, what you wrote today, I watched your video, I read what you wrote, it has really helped me. Thank you for sharing, all of that. So that was what really inspired me. I don't know
Oh, that's
if I
amazing. That's
answered that
amazing. Yeah,
correctly.
you answered the question. You answered the question. And this reminds me of one of the points you made yesterday, which was people should work on themselves, right? People should work on themselves. Working on oneself is very important. In the initiative, imagine you didn't really have yourself, you are beautiful, amazing, you are awesome. God knows what people negativity don't. So that's why I tell people, the Bible says the power of life and death lies on the tongue. It is really what matters. It is not really what people say about you. People can tell you are amazing, you are beautiful, but check within you actually what they say I am. Even when people are saying you can't make it, you can't be there, ask yourself, am I sure? So you don't really have to focus on what people be real to yourself. You have to be true to yourself in at the moment. You have to be real to yourself, right? Don't pretend to yourself. You can pretend to people. You can lie to people. I'm just saying, right? You can even tell people you are fine, whereas within you, you are not fine. You are not okay. But the next thing that should come up is what is the next step for me to take? Well, start asking yourself the question, what should I do next? You can lie to people, you can tell people you're okay, but you are not okay. People can say you are amazing, but within you are you an amazing. Within you are you beautiful, like are you awesome, like she said. So she reaffirmed those words to herself, stir up her confidence, just to stir confidence. And the more she focused on that, the better she got. The more she focused, the better she got. And that's really amazing. So learn as an individual. The next question is even a question if I would, right? Both of us will need to answer the question. I'm going to answer one part of this is actually what a lot of those in our line of, how do you stay tough times during tough times and setbacks? Do you stay motivated during tough times and setbacks? That's the question. When things are tough, when people are discouraging you, how do you stay motivated when it seems as though there is no possibility? So how do you motivate are tough?
Hmm. Wow. Okay. You know, being down is not an easy task. Like when you're down, you can do a whole lot of crazy things that when your head is not clear, you regret. So is like a crucial moment in
Absolutely.
everyone's life when you're down. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. I think my
Yep.
network is,
I can.
yes, I can
All
hear you
right.
now. Okay, so the things I mentioned yesterday, first, your circle, you have to know the kind of circle you have. It matters a whole lot. Then social media is awesome, is is a great place to be if you utilize it positively. It has its own ways. You need to know the kind of people you follow. People you follow matters a lot. The book you read and the things you watch. Now, when I'm down, I'm this kind of person that I like talking to someone. When I'm down and my head is filled, and I need all I need is just to talk to someone. So within that yourself, you have to know the person that, okay, that is always willing to listen to you. You need to have someone you could always lean on, not the people you tell what you're going through and they start telling you things. First, you need to have a balanced mind. In as much as you have someone you could lean on, someone you could talk to, also have a balanced mind to filter what that person says to you. Yes, you have to filter it also
Yeah.
and fetch the ones you need out of it and weed out the ones you don't need. So have someone you lean on.
Interesting.
I'm kind of person I like talking to someone when I'm down and it's like every corner is blocked. I like talking. I have someone like I need to. I trust. I know that when I talk to this person, the person is going to be as truthful as possible. Even if I'm the one that is wrong or I'm doing something wrong at that moment, the person is going to be as sincere as anything at that to tell me, okay, Chi, you see this one, you are not getting it. You are not doing it right. Do it this way. Do it this way. And the person will encourage me and all of that. So I do that. I talk to someone. Another thing is, okay, there's this lady I follow on YouTube. I used to download her videos very well. So the things she shares is always like a motivation to me. So most times, even if I'm out of data, I always go back to those videos I've downloaded. Her videos, I'll tell you, like I've watched it like 20 times repeatedly. I don't count how many times. So most times when I'm down, I just have to go to all those downloads, scroll through the ones that I need at that moment. Even though I've watched it like a million times, I'll start rewatching it again. It helps me, bounce back. Do you understand? Then if you're a music person, if you're a
Absolutely.
music person, music helps also. They'll tell you music is what they it heals the soul. There's a way they put it in song. So music helps. You should know the kind of music that helps you heal. Music that connects with your soul, not just your body, but your soul. David network has gone again. What's going on? Your network, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, it's my network. We're back now.
Okay. So
I think it's
you
okay
need
now.
to know the music. Yes, I can hear you. The music
All
that
right. All right.
that stands as a healing to not just your body but to your soul. So those moments, if I'm not talking to someone, if I'm not watching the lady's video, then I have to be listening to a good music. It might not really be one of the most trending music. If it's those OGs, if it's those old music that you know that when you listen to them, it connects with your soul. I go back and start listening to them. I play them. I just lie low and play them. It helps me also heal. It helps me, you know, reconnect. It revives me. So music helps also. Then another thing is
Awesome.
what do you say?
I said that's good. That's
Yes.
good.
Another thing is book. It could be any book. If you're a Bible person, you can pick up your Bible and start reading. If you're a motivational inspiration, if it's novel, I read novels a lot. So at that point, I might just look for any novels I've read before. If you have your favorite authors, you can just I love Chimamanda so much. I'll just go to my the shelf where I arrange my books. I pick it up. I start reading. It doesn't matter whether I've read it multiple times. I just pick it up, open any chapter, and start going through it again. That also helps. So these are things I do at that down moment. Music, videos, reading, talking to
That's great.
someone. It helps a lot. Yes.
That's good. That's amazing. It's just the way people have it's just the way people have different strategy to things in life. You know, because most of the things you mentioned are an integral part of what can steer one's up in tough times. These are things that a lot of people in tough times, you know. I'm just because our approach to life into problems, how we try to solve problem solution to a particular problem at a particular point in time is different. You know, if I'm going to answer that question from my own perspective and from the viewpoint of how I've been able to stir up my faith in tough times, even when things are not going the way I expect. One of the things I do most of the time is to be quiet, right? Is to be quiet. I am more quiet. In fact, that is when I be more of a listener than a talker. That's when I be more of an observer than a talker. So I watch more, I observe more, I listen more to people. Now, when I use the word listen more to people, she made mention of mentors, people you can lean on, people you can ask questions, people you can go through tough times. But in a case where you don't have anyone to call, what do you do? In a case where um, the ones you call the ones you call mentors are far away from be on call, you can call them on phone. What even in a case where you don't see them often? So what do you do in this kind of situation? So for me, one of the things I've been able to apply over time is be quiet, be still, right? Be still. This reminds me of the story of Jesus and the disciples when they were traveling to the other side. You know, they were on the boat, they were traveling to the other side, and a great storm arose. And right in the middle of the storm, Jesus was resting, Jesus was sleeping. His volume actually, you know. So whenever I'm at the verge of where I have planned as expected, I begin to ask myself the question, where have I gone wrong? What do I need to question? I mean, these are times I find myself questioning my projects. I find myself questioning some things about life, and guess what? I get answers to a lot of things that's been a covering for. That is when my brain gets to work. That is where the person gets to work. You know, so our approach to how we handle these things are actually different. For me, it is not a time for me to start talking. It is time for me to listen more, to observe more, to be more watchful. You know, be more watchful, to be more careful or mindful of the things I do or the things I say. And I got to realize that tough times like this can create unexpected anger, can create unexpected hatred, unexpected self-hatred. Start hating just because of a situation. So cases like this is also I reaffirm words to myself. I am capable, I can do this, this is possible, and all of that. That's why self-affirmation steers up self-confidence. Self-affirmation steers up self-confidence. That is what you need to understand as a person. So this is the last question. I just want you to tell me your definition of the word success. What does the word success, what does the word success mean to you? Some people, success is making money, success is having money. And to some people, success is creating impact. To some people, success is something else to them. But to you, some people, success is them having a beautiful family, taking care of their family. So some people, success to them is networking. But what is your definition of success? In just few words, how can you define success? What is your perspective to that? Yeah.
Okay. Success. Success means two things. Two things for me.
All right.
Don't laugh when I say the first one. Don't tell me, this Igbo girl.
I know
Okay.
already. I know already.
So don't tell me this Igbo girl. Yes, I'm original Igbo girl. Yes, correct one. Um, Success means
I know already.
wealth. Money has to come in. You know,
Of course.
because a lot of things comes with being poor, poverty. Yes,
Of course.
you might say, why money? What if you have money and you are not happy? You this. Yes, money might not really be everything, but money is also important because every other thing you want to achieve, every other thing you want to do, like you said, success could be helping your family. Success could be networking and all of that. For you to help your family, please, what are you going to use to help your family? You know what they say about a hungry man? A hungry man is an angry man. So is it every day you come to someone that is hungry and you keep preaching, keep preaching to okay, I will give you an instance. I have a friend that lost
Your background is nice.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But it seems your background is messy.
Sorry about that. It's coming from outside actually.
Okay, okay, okay.
So how is
All
it
right.
now? Come now.
Yeah,
So
go on, please. Sorry, go
I'll
on.
give you an instance. I have a friend that lost his elder brother earlier this year. So every time when the brother was still sick, this very friend of mine used to call me all the time. He was telling me about the whole situation, the whole journey, hospital bills, and all of that. The whole situations he used to tell me about it. So every time, I keep on encouraging him. Sometimes he'll tell me he's tired, he's frustrated with life. When the doctors asking them to donate so and so, they don't have the money, that everything he has, he has spent it, all his savings, all the people he knew, he has exhausted, like all the lifelines he had, he has exhausted it. He don't know what to do and all of that. And I keep on telling him that yes, I know you're going through stuff, but trust me, at the end, you know, advice and all of that. At some point, there was a day we were now talking. I said again, okay, please don't sound this way. Tomorrow is going to be great. Tomorrow is going to be better. And the guy was just like, please don't tell me this. I don't want to hear anything again. All I need now is money. All I need now. And that is true. I'm just telling you, okay, like this, like that, do this, do that. And he's not solving the problem. His brother is still lying sick in the hospital. So at some point, I had to pause. Like every day, I'm telling this guy this. How has that? Okay, yeah, it might actually help him. Maybe at that moment, he becomes stable and all of that. His head will be a bit clear. But then, has he solved his problem? He has not. So I had to call him one day and say, okay, just send me your account number. Let me just support you with the little I have. And he was so excited. So to me, um, money is also important, but then the major aspect of it is for me impacting life. Yes, living a fulfilled life, achieving your goals, achieving your dreams, your inspirations and aspirations. I don't think there's anything that is as painful as you not achieving anything, you not achieving your goals, you dying with your dreams, dying with your goals, dying with your um aspirations. For instance, you say you want to be a doctor, or better still, you've become a doctor and your dream is to own your own hospital and not to work for someone. And at the end, you see yourself walking from one clinic to another. That could be as painful as anything. So there's nothing like achieving your dreams, impacting life. That thing you've always wanted to become, that thing you've always wanted to do. Ah, this network has gone again. So sorry, guys. Network has been.
All right, we're good now.
Okay.
We're
Welcome
good
back.
now.
So what am I saying? There's nothing as painful as you not achieving those things that you've always wanted to. I'm sure what we are doing right now, what you are doing right now, has always been your dream, has always been what you're the person you want to be. When people talk about David, when people talk about Oluwadani David, that thing, that thing you've always wanted people to know you as, and you've not been able to achieve them. I don't think there's anything that is as painful as that. So it's very important. Then with money, you can now support those. Every other thing follows. But most importantly, work towards achieving your goals. So these things mean success to me. Achieving my goals, then wealth. So that's my definition of success.
You just want to meet because of.
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm not really sure about my network right now, but I hope it's better. I hope it's better. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I
Confirm
can hear you. I can
if
hear
I'm
you. I can hear you.
right. All right, thank you. All right. So all you're trying to tell us now is means, and I like how you success, which of course define success means, because there's no way you want to be a person of value without impacting the lives of people, right? And I understand as a leader as well. So let me say end of tonight's session. But if there is one word the audience, there is this module a with to stir up their self particular thing, you mind that you're willing for a period of time. What advice be is for the audience? All right. Are we okay now?
Yeah, we are good.
Okay. Okay. Did you get
Yes,
my
I got your
question?
question. Okay,
All right. All right.
I would say believe in yourself. Always know that you're special, you are unique. There is no one better than you. Always remind yourself that there's no one better than me. I am the best. Always tell yourself, I am the best. And that comes with what am I trying to say? Always affirm yourself in everything you do. Affirmation has um it has great impact in our lives. Always stand out and stand tall. Be unique, be original. Don't fake anything about yourself. People might say all sort of things, but what matters is what do you say and what does your God say. What you say about yourself is what matters. Yes, sometimes they'll tell you people's opinion. Yes, their opinion will always be there, but you, just like they'll say, you people address you by how you dress. So first, you have to recognize the fact that you're a great person, you're special and you're unique before people will start seeing you that way. But if at first you've already made yourself look so inferior, you don't even believe in yourself at all. When people want to say anything, you're just on that edge and people will see you that way. But when you are standing bold, when you know who you are, when people are telling you something and you look at them and tell them, no, this is who I am, or this is not who I am. This is what I can do, and this is what I
Mm,
cannot do. People will know that yes, they are not dealing with anyhow person. They will turn around like, who is that girl? Who is that guy? Who is that person? They will want to. So be unique, be you is very, very important. Don't try to be someone else. Know your essence, know your core values, know your principles, know
interesting.
what makes you who you are. And that's all I have to say.
Powerful, 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 powerful. I think the next session we're going to be having, you are going to come here to talk more about self-identity. I would really want you to touch more on that aspects, you know. I think people are battling with that as well, self-identity. A lot of people don't even understand who they are. And when you don't understand who you are, it will be difficult for you to understand your stake in the world, right? When you don't understand your identity, the kind of person that you are, you will find it difficult to find your niche in life. So one of the easiest way to find your niche is to understand the kind of person you are, to understand your God-given talent, your God-given agenda, your God-given mission. You know, when we started the session yesterday, and even if you look at all my videos, there is no way I'm going to be doing what I'm doing now without putting God in it, right? So that's why you see me mentioning God, mentioning, quoting some scriptures. That's because that is what my organization, my company is built on, right? Without the help of God, I wouldn't have grown to this extent today. So you also can start from somewhere, identify your God-given talent, identify your God-given area. I received this vision towards the ending of 2019. That's the beginning of 2020. That was when I received the vision to go into leadership. It was something that was directly given to me. It wasn't a guesswork. I wasn't guessing because one of my friends is into leadership, then I have to go into leadership. I wasn't doing a guesswork, or I wasn't feeling inferior. Like she said, I wasn't feeling inferior of myself. That, oh, if I'm not doing anything with my life, then my life is useless. So I wasn't thinking on any of those things. This was a vision directly given to me by God, and I had to walk in line with it. And right now I'm thinking of ways on how I can be um, I can be a blessing to a whole lot of people. I can be a blessing to a whole lot of people. So when vision is given to you, you don't shrink yourself, you don't shrink the vision, you don't shrink the idea given to you. You expand, you maximize effort in order for you to get to where God has destined you to be. So thank you so much for being part of this awesome session tonight. And for every single person, I think on Facebook we have up to like 10 viewers or close to 12. So, and I still are going to view the videos more once we are done with the session tonight. I want to say a very big thanks to every single person who made it here tonight. Your time is not taken for granted. Your efforts to be here tonight isn't taken for granted. I appreciate you. I say a very big thanks to you. And to my amazing guest, Chinel. Thank you so much for being a part of this awesome
Thank
event,
you, thank
right?
you,
And I
thank
can't
you.
wait to bring you back again. Like I said, we are coming back again to talk about self-identity, and I think that is where she majorly focused on. self-identity. And for you to be a leader, you have to discover yourself first. Self-identity is important in your journey of leadership. Self-identity is important in your journey of being a business person. Whatever it is you want to do, you need to discover who you are. Thank you so much for coming, Janelle. I really appreciate it, and I don't take your time for granted. And I hope when next I send my invite, you will honor it the same way you honor this one. Thank you so much. And what else do I have to say? All I have to say for now is do have a wonderful night rest. And if you are a returning subscriber on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If this is your first time viewing my videos on Facebook, please and please like the video, share with somebody you like, and give a comment. Tell us what stood out for you. Tell us what you learned from tonight's session. Don't forget, we are coming back again. God bless you and do have a wonderful night rest. Chill. Thank you so much for honoring my invite. I really appreciate it.
No,
God bless
no.
you, sis.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
appreciate. All right, good night.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right, good night. Take care. Yeah. All right, guys. We come to the end of tonight's session, and please don't forget, returning subscriber on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is your first time live on Facebook. Like the video. Good night. God bless you and one night. And I'm not rest. God bless you all.